A fresh financial you is closer than you think. With MyFICO, you can get the right score for your credit goal, including your FICO scores used for mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards. MyFICO provides your FICO score straight from the people that created it. And you can compare your FICO scores and credit reports from all three bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, side by side. Understanding your credit has never been easier. So use MyFICO to get a clearer picture of your credit in 2026. Visit myfico.com or download the MyFICO app to get started today.
Starts first down at 10 at their own 10-yard line. Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead. Randall L. scrambles, started off the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown.
Rourke going to the single coverage, end zone. Touchdown! He hits Cooper again.
Hey, what's up? This is our podcast, Hoosier Happy Hour, episode 238, the official
238
preview of college football playoff round 1, where we actually are not talking about all of the other teams. We're going to talk about the Indiana Hoosiers in the college football playoff. First round at Notre Dame. You guys know all about it. Let me, you already heard Brandon. Brandon's here. Seth's here. So we got the full house. Let me run through some stuff, then we'll let them talk for a second.
Like Sig said, we're healthy.
Okay.
We're healthy.
Exactly.
Everyone's here.
Everyone's here except for, yeah. Okay. So round 1, we're going to do round 1 college football playoff predictions. We're going to do that. The other games outside of the IU Notre Dame game, which you'll get at the very end. Then we're going to do a little bit of a Notre Dame preview again, but not so much Notre Dame, more IU focused, right? Do randos and sacks, and then we'll give you the official Hoosier Happy Hour IU Notre Dame predictions. Okay? I know which way Seth's probably going to go, which will bum some people out, I'm sure, but hopefully we end it on a good note. So we'll get started. All right, Brandon, Seth, what do you guys want to say? Do you want to ruin anything else about the game for Seth, Brandon?
I mean, no. I'm good. We don't need to talk about the Indy Classic, and we don't need to talk about some players leaving the Purdue football program. Well, we're going to keep this IU centric.
All right, Seth.
The biggest game in IU football history.
What did I say when you tried this impression out?
Stop doing voices.
Don't do it, is what I said. Very specifically, don't do that. And then you stopped, so I can't wait to hear what the other voices are.
Nope, that's it. That's all.
All right, thank God. All right. Well, all right, boys, let's jump right into it. So IU plays on the only Friday game this week, which was huge for me scheduling-wise. Wife's birthday's on Saturday, so if there was any chance of me going to the game, it's the best on Friday. Okay, so that's
first ever.
Still there. It's
first
still
ever.
There. It's still there. It can still happen. So,
Does your wife listen to the show? Does your wife listen to the show?
Yeah, she told me she listened to the last episode, so be careful.
So your wife is in immaculate health. She's going to have many more birthdays. Many more birthdays. This may be IU's only college football playoff.
No, we'll be back next year.
It's definitely the first ever. It's not your wife's first birthday. That'd be weird.
That's true. That is true. We did make dinner reservations a year in advance, so we do have to do that. We don't need to get into details. I don't need people flooding this restaurant whenever I'm there. It's going to be a whole thing. So, all right, let's jump into the Saturday games. Okay, this will be interesting. I accidentally clicked on Brandon's profile earlier today, saw what he said about the first game, thought that was interesting, so I can't wait to hear what he has to say about the other ones. We're going to go in order of when they're going to be played. So the first game, Saturday, noon, TNT or Max? Seth, Max is Max like HBO now?
Yeah, we're not allowed to legally recognize it as HBO anymore, though.
Okay. Sorry.
They
I didn't know
rebranded.
anything
It was a
about
whole thing. Yes, it's HBO.
that. Okay. So you're TNT or Max. Okay. And that's between 11 seed Southern Methodist University at Pennsylvania State. Penn State at the time of outline creation, favorite by 8.5 points. Over under is insane. 53.5, which is crazy.
It is not.
Throw the house. No, I'm saying throw the house on it.
Yes.
All right, Seth, what's happening in this game?
The 2025 preseason Heisman favorite, Drew Aller, coming back. Big news breaking today. I have Penn State winning this game fairly easily. I think it's going to be low scoring, though.
You're wearing a Mustang shirt right now.
That's a high school. Don't
Okay.
count that. Yes.
Okay.
I think it's under, and I think Penn State wins by 2 scores.
Okay. Brandon.
So, how much do you guys put stock into the ESPN FBI? Or
0.
FPI? 0?
0.
0? Why is that?
I don't know, because they always hated on IU.
Seth, what's your reason?
The first 4 letters, not the second 3 letters.
Got it. Just ESPN shade. They give SMU the greatest chance of an upset in these first 4 games. Penn State, I think, controls this game in the trenches. I think Penn State wins this game rather easily. I think this game is played between 13 to 14 points the whole way. But SMU can score, and they can score quick. I think this is a classic backdoor cover. I think this is maybe a 14, 15-point game, and then SMU gets a touchdown with a minute and a half left. So I'm going to take SMU to cover, but I do think Penn State wins and wins comfortably. And what I just said, you can go check it on out at the Sports Memory. I just recorded about an hour ago. Was this is a game James Franklin wins. James Franklin loses the next game.
Yep.
He doesn't lose this game. This is the game where he pads his stats. And it's another home victory against a ranked team. It'll be the neutral site loss against a higher ranked team, which is what James Franklin can't get over. So Penn State wins comfortably, but SMU covers, and the over is the play of the weekend. Both teams have scored over 30 points in their last 9 of their last 10 games. Penn State doing 4 out of 5, SMU 5 out of the last 5. So this game will be played in the 60s, ladies and gentlemen.
Has SMU played a defense, though?
Has Penn State played defense? Have they played defense? Okay, here's where I'm going to jump in.
Their defense is good.
No, not against a high-powered offense. It's not. Go look at Bowling Green. Go look at Oregon. Go look at Minnesota. Minnesota's not even a high-powered
They gave it
offense.
25 to Minnesota.
Minnesota should have won that game. That's the worst part about it. They shouldn't even be in the playoff, Penn State. I've got 2 words for you guys. James Franklin.
Yes.
This is a big game. This is not you could take the letters away. Okay. They barely lost to Clemson. I understand they were down a little bit, but granted, that was a big game for these kids in SMU. Now they've seen it. If this was Clemson at Penn State, would you guys be this confident about Penn State winning this? No, you wouldn't. I think SMU's got a high-powered offense. I think Tom Allen's in for a long day. But I think Penn State wins it close and the over. So I don't feel good about anything on this game outside of the over, honestly, because I hate Penn State, but I do think SMU's can win this, but I do think that the over is pretty safe. Do think the over is safe. Seth, just go look at go look at their schedule. Just go look. They just played a really good defense. You can say whatever you want about Clemson's season this year. Clemson's got studs, just as many studs on defense as Penn State does.
So if listeners, if you guys want to take Bragg's bet, the over and Penn State money line, plus 154. I feel very confident about Penn State money line over 53.5. That's plus 154. It's a good bet.
I said take the cover. I think SMU covers 8.5. It's close.
I wouldn't touch a spread, but I do like the over and Penn State money line. That's 2.5 to 1.
Here's an easier game. I think I've got an interesting breakdown here. Okay. 4 p.m. Same channels, TNT channels. I don't know what they call it channels anymore, Seth. TNT or Max. It's 12 seed Clemson. Notice the ACC is the 11 seed or 12 seed, the inferior conference, at 5 seed Texas. Texas favorite by 11.5 points, a little high. Over under, a little high too, 51.5. Seth.
I think Texas wins this game easily. I don't think Clemson scores, at least in bunches. I have this game as like a 31-17. So I would take Texas then, and life's apparently really short because I'm taking the under again.
Yeah, life is short when you bet the under. I see it the same way. I predicted 35-21, but I also think there's going to be points in this game. Texas has been borderline dominant against teams not coached by Kirby Smart. And last time I checked, Dabo Swinney is the head coach of Clemson. Clemson is the worst team in this field. I love their running back, but Cade Klubnik, who's put together actually a really strong bounce back season. I just think that Texas has too many dogs, and I like the over here too, because I think this comes into chase mode. And Clemson has to sell out for a blitz. And then I think Texas maybe sags back because they're up by a couple of scores. This is my lock of the week, Texas minus
11.5. I'm not sold on Texas, guys.
I think they win by 17 to 20 points pretty easily.
I don't. I think it's closer. I don't think that I think it's a 2-score game. I think it's a 10-point game. I'm just not sold on them, man. Whenever they play a major competitor, a major competition, it's way closer than what it should be, or they lose. That's how it is. I mean, straight up, they played really nobody or beaten nobody in the SEC. They struggled for a little bit with a bad Michigan team, and they win by 14 on that one.
Cover's a cover, brother.
It covers a cover, but I'm saying I don't. You got a good experienced Clemson team with as much as we don't like Dabo, he can coach a little bit. And I'm just, Sark, man. I just can't Sark. But I got Texas winning probably by 10. I don't know, but you don't know which offense you're going to get with Texas against a good team based on past results this season. So I don't know about the over-under, but I'll take Texas. I'll tease it to 9.5. I think it's closer than what we think. But I think it's kind of like what you're saying. I think maybe it's not as close throughout the game. Midway through the fourth quarter, maybe Clemson gets a couple touchdowns in late. But I'm not as sold on Texas. I think that they don't make it too much further than this game is my prediction.
I'm going to say the Steelers-Ravens game is on at the same time as this game. One of those will be a far better watch.
Here's what let's go off on a tangent for a second. Can you get the All right, sorry, children. Can you get the fuck out of here, NFL? What are you doing? What are you doing? This isn't a holiday. Saturday's not a holiday. Saturday is our day. Saturday is college football day. Get out of here. First off, you can't even fill the 4 o'clock slate with enough good games as it is on a Sunday to where Scott Hansen's having to bounce around a Colts Broncos and other crap games. That
was a heck of a game.
Yeah. It was
Colts are going to go up 20-7. Oh, never mind.
Until everybody except for Anthony Richardson threw that game away. So yeah, no, just stop, NFL. Stop it. Because guess what? You're going to put another game on during this game, an 8 p.m. game. ABC.
Ooh, you're going to want to watch. This is the best game of the weekend.
Yeah.
This is the second best game of the weekend.
Nope.
Well,
nope.
It's the second best game of the weekend because I don't believe in one of the teams at all. Number 9, Tennessee at the broken number 8 seed Ohio State. Ohio State somehow favored by 7 points. Over under is tricky. It's a tricky one. Stay away from it, I would say.
I would stay away.
47.5. Seth, go ahead. You guys know I'm going to struggle with this one.
Ryan Day is coaching for his life. Everyone at Ohio State is saying this is the game he loses, and this is the game that finally rids us of his entire shtick.
Oh, the Boo Birds will be out.
He is the Wizard of Oz, all three of the main side characters rolled into one human being. He is brainless, he is heartless, and he lacks courage. They deserve to lose. I would put everything I have on Tennessee money line.
Attaboy.
If you win, you feel great. Oh God, it doesn't get any better.
Which is everything you just said, which is why Ohio State will roll in this game.
Yeah, right.
Ohio State 1 through 85 is more talented. Tennessee will be trotting a redshirt freshman quarterback in. They'll be trotting out a coach who has never coached at this high level. Actually, I like Heupel as a coach, but Ryan Day's been there, done that. That stadium is loud. I know Tennessee plays in the SEC and plays in a ton of loud stadiums. That place is going to be rocking.
News for you, son.
No one's going to be there.
It's going to be very orange.
You think?
It is. I'll tell you why. Go ahead.
I like Ohio State here, -7. I'm not as confident in this one as I am in Texas. But I do like Ohio State. I think they're going to be angry. I think they're going to play for their coach. Very similar to what I said about Penn State, and James Franklin applies here to Ryan Day and Ohio State. This is a game that Ryan Day has always won. He's always won this game. He'll keep winning this game because he can't win the big one. And hosting a home playoff game is not the big one. He wins this, and we learned absolutely nothing. Whether Ryan Day stays or goes, this win does nothing. It can only lose, I guess. If he loses, he's out. But if he wins, I mean, the questions are all going to remain. And they're going to win. They're going to win by 10, 13 points.
If he wins, they're going to semifinals. There's a hot take right there. Okay. Here's what I wrote. I hate both of these teams. Can they tie or forfeit? Is that a thing? Like, can that happen at all?
Bane. Someone just call up Bane, have him collapse the stadium.
Okay, so I just said something about it being orange. I don't know what I did or who I pissed off or what is happening. I don't know if there was one day we forgot to move the elf on the shelf. I don't know if that's what happened, but I have been put into a little bit of a Tennessee football algorithm on my Instagram and TikToks. And what I will tell you is that they are pushing, and they're pushing very well that I've seen. That stadium is going to have a lot of that disgusting vomit orange in there, and they are going to be super vocal. So whatever that atmosphere that Ohio, because believe me, remember, we can buy tickets. You can walk in that door probably for $100. I don't know. I haven't looked at the tickets, but when they dropped, they were $300 or whatever they were. You can probably walk in that door pretty cheap. And I think that they fill that place. Now, 50-50? No, I would say probably pretty close to a quarter, if not more, of that stadium is going to be orange. And it's going to be a big concentration of it in certain areas, and it's going to be very loud. That's really all I've got. I don't know much about Tennessee. I do know that I think Ohio State's limping into this, and I wonder if that's enough to get Tennessee over the line. Tennessee in the under is what I've got.
And
that's the only way they win. That's the only way they win. They can't give up points. If they give up points, they're not going to win the game.
Just to clarify, Brandon is completely right on this. This is the fake bully game where the fake bully just beats up on Tennessee, and it's like, oh, look, see, we are really tough, actually. See, look what we did to Tennessee. And then
look, we didn't know it. This is going to be Ohio State. We beat an SEC team.
Right.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And
then Oregon, it's a different story too.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's why I said I think they win the next game if they
Let's
win.
talk some Hoosiers, boys. Let's talk some Hoosiers.
Hold on just a second. Let me make sure I get my side in there too. I do think Ohio State probably wins this game. But if I'm picking with my heart,
which you should never do, listeners.
Unfortunately, it's probably Tennessee and the under. All right, let's talk IU. This is game 13. As one of our great coaches said, play 13. We are going to play 13, hopefully 14, 15, 16. 16? Is that all we need to play? Okay, it's 16 games. This game, number 10 seed Indiana, 11-1 at number 7 seed Notre Dame, also 11-1. Their loss way worse than ours. That's going to take place Friday, December 19th, 7 p.m. in Notre Dame Stadium.
Where they already lost.
Yeah, they have lost. In Notre Dame Stadium, South Bend, or Notre Dame, Indiana. It'll be on ABC and ESPN. Brandon, is the NFL going to try to shit on this game as well? No. Okay, didn't think so. IU plus 7.5, opened at plus 8.5, and immediately hit plus 7.5, like real quick. People were like, Vegas, you were stupid, and took it right down. Plus 7.5. Over under, tricky one, I think, too. 51.5. You'll see why I think it's you'll see why I think it's tricky here in a minute. 51.5. I wrote series notes, but I didn't write them. But there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of Notre Dame stuff. If you go listen to the last two episodes, 236 and 237, 237 is a real in-depth breakdown of the offense and the defense for Notre Dame. 236 more of kind of like Brandon and I doing a little reaction stuff. So you can get kind of our vibe on that stuff as well on those. Right now, we're going to talk about IU and what players we were going to watch in this game. This will be interesting to hear because there's a lot of different takes on how Notre Dame is going to dominate us in different parts of the game and blah, blah, blah. And so who are we watching? One of you two go.
On offense? I'm going to start on offense. For me, look what USC did. USC ran for 200 yards at 7 yards a clip and 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to be watching Ellison and Lawton. They've been kind of back and forth. One of them will have an okay game. One of them will have a good game. One of them will have an okay game. The other one will have a good game. I think if they can both bring their A-plus stuff, dominate time of possession, dominate the trenches, because that's where I think this game is going to be ultimately won and lost. You're going to hear a lot about Riley Leonard, Jeremiah Love, Curtis Rourke, Elijah Surratt. For me, it's Ellison and Lawton and Love on their end. I think the running backs are going to be the difference, and more importantly, the offensive line for both teams. Who's stopping Kamara? Who's stopping their two beasts of defensive linemen? But on the offensive side of the ball, man, if Ellison can get us into 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, if Lawton can, again, bounce a couple outside, man, I think that change. If we can play on script, I think that really kind of weighs the thing on IU's side. So I'm going to be watching, one, what we do on first down, and more importantly, how our first down runs look from Ellison and Lawton.
All right. Not upset Brandon, about that. Seth?
Yeah, you're spot on. That's exactly how IU wins this football game, is establishing the run, dominating in the trenches, time, possession, ball control, all of that stuff, not turning the ball over. The other thing we talked about earlier last week was turnovers. It's all about making good decisions and third down efficiency. Those are the two things. And ultimately, you're in the playoffs. This is big time football. As they say in the Water Boy, last game of the season, can't hold anything back now. Stars need to star. And so this is a game where Curtis Rourke, the magnifying glass is out. Are you holding on to the ball? I mean that in a good way, not the, holding on to it too long, getting sacks. I mean, holding on to the ball possession wise, not turning it over. Are you putting yourselves in positions to make third and manageable? And then when you're making that third and manageable, figuring out that next play to then chunk. So Curtis Rourke, you got to be the star. You are the 9th in the Heisman voting. You are the star of this team offensively. You need to star Friday night.
I think it's going to be really, I'll push back a little bit. I think it's going to be really tough for him to star. They have a loaded secondary. They blitz, their blitz rate is bananas. If we say Curtis Rourke, go win us the game, I don't think that's the recipe of how you win this game. I think it has to be a run heavy script. If they do have a weakness on defense, it is out to the outside. Their linebackers are probably the weakest part. So if you can get to the second level, I think that's important. But man, if I don't have it in front of me here, but Rourke threw mid-30s against Ohio State. He needs to throw it about 10 to 12 times less. That number needs to be in the mid to low 20s, and we need to run the ball 40 times. Now, game script may dictate that can't happen. right? Game script may say, no, we got to pass because whether we're behind script or behind score or a number of different things. But no, I don't think you give Rourke the ball and say, go throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
So I'll push back one more time. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you got to get him in positions where it's 3rd and 3 so that those passes are easy. So those RPOs, you can make either one of those reads a positive for a first down. It's putting, what I try to describe was more of a game manager. Even though I said star, it really is more of that game manager role. And then so when you're asked to make that 3rd and 3 conversion and it's an RPO, it's do you hold it or did the corner commit too much or the linebacker commit too much and you can get it in front of the safety. So it's those kinds of micro decisions where I say star, but really it's, and then again, in the biggest games, the star's got to shine the brightest too. So it's the same thing where you need him to play his best game. And that may be at 25 attempts and you go 19 to 21 for 25. That's a hell of a day.
Yeah.
All right. I agree with both of you kind of. I do think Rourke needs to be an important piece in this. He can't just be a handoff machine. But I don't want him throwing it a ton. Now, if it's like Nebraska and if like we're able to move the ball against what is statistically a very good defense, then it's a little different. Then do your thing. But I think the biggest part about this, if you think about what we've done through the season against really good defenses, Nebraska, Washington, Michigan, when we were playing these teams, Ohio State really, even on the first drive, and then another couple drives throughout the game, the common denominator was keeping him clean, keeping Rourke clean, or at least as much as possible. He'll break out of some sacks throughout the game, I'm sure. But I think the blitz scheme and having 3 weeks to work on it, that's something I'm watching. I want to see somebody make an adjustment. Like, that's the biggest thing we've talked about all season. Man, we didn't really look very good in the first half against Charlotte, right? We came out, made an adjustment, scored like 41 straight points or whatever it was. Something stupid. Throughout the whole season it's been like that. Washington, Maryland, every time we thought maybe something might be slipping, made an adjustment, boom. Didn't see it really against Michigan because we did very well in the first half. Didn't see it at all against Ohio State. So I'll be really interested to see what they do with the blitz. Maybe we see some more Horton in this, a little chippage, a little bit of just maybe, no offense to K'Wan Black, he's not the best passing protector that we have in the backfield. So I think maybe you'll see a lot of just those two guys in Lawton and Ellison. But they got to figure something out because this team is going to bring it, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on Rourke. Because that's the only way you beat us. I mean, that's it. The way you beat our offense is to put pressure on the quarterback. He doesn't turn the ball over. You just got to get us to punt the ball away. That's just how it is. He got 4 interceptions on the entire season. He doesn't make that many mistakes. All right, defense. There should be some really easy ones here.
Yeah, for me, when Riley Leonard gets out and run, and they can run their own sort of option. It's not really an RPO in the way that Indiana runs. It's more of a more of a quarterback option of how they run, not a triple option or a speed option, but it's more of a run option. I think Jalen Walker holds the keys to reigning in this offense because they are not just hand it to Jeremiah Love and run it up the middle like we are with Ellison and Lawton. They get a little bit more creative in their schemes. I actually love the way they call their run game. But if you have Jalen Walker in that, it's not really a true spy. It's depending if they're running zone or coverage here or zone or man. But for me, if Jalen Walker can take away Riley Leonard's ability to run the ball, then they become very one-dimensional. And I don't mean that they won't pass. Then it's just Jeremiah Love, go get $150 and win us the game. What they want to see is they want Jeremiah Love to get 100, 120. Then they want Riley Leonard to get 50 to 70. That's how they want to move the ball. They really only let Riley Leonard throw in 2 situations: short yardage to go and red zone. And that all comes off play action, right? So if you can get them out of play action situations, if you can get Riley Leonard really contained, that is how you win. Riley Leonard was atrocious against Northern Illinois. really, really bad. Guess who was really good against? USC. Why? USC did not contain him. He was out there. He looked like he was in a video game against USC, and they put up 49 points. So for me, Jalen Watt, I know Aiden Fisher. I've been gushing over him all year. He's gonna have to have 12, 14 tackles in this game, but I think it's Jalen Walker is the linebacker that makes or breaks IU's defense on Friday.
Yes, agree with that one.
Yeah,
Seth?
you're not wrong. I went with a different logic, and because the Bears didn't play yesterday, I rewatched the NIU game and the Purdue game back to back. But they were back to back weeks on their schedule. And what I noticed was two things: is Northern Illinois, it was a story of cornerbacks. It was Northern Illinois believed absolutely in their secondary, especially their cornerbacks. And there was no threat whatsoever for any kind of medium to vertical passing game. Occasionally on 3rd and long, yeah, they'd cheat a safety over to one of the wideouts, so there was absolutely no way that the wide receivers were going to get open. But what you saw was an absolutely one-dimensional football team, and they never got, in any other game, were behind. So every other game, they've been able to get a huge lead and then just kind of sit on it. That game, they weren't scoring because they couldn't throw the ball downfield. The NIU defense had 7-8 guys in the box over and over again. The passing game, the quarterback run game was also non-existent. And then you look at the Purdue game, and Purdue cornerbacks all season were yelling and screaming at each other. So this was not just a isolated to Notre Dame situation, but it was a situation where the Notre Dame receivers looked amazing in limited exposure, mind you, because the cornerbacks were playing 10 yards off. And they were pretending like there was some kind of vaunted deep threat every single play. And it just allowed them to throw underneath over and over and over again and pick up 10, 15, 17 yards. Play action was wide open because they were getting the running game established over and over again. You have to cut out, and the easiest thing to cut out is the receivers. Quite frankly, Bo Collins is pretty good. The other guy is pretty good. But if you're going to dominate, if you're going to shut something out, it's got to be it's got to be the receivers. And you have a great cornerback in Pons. And so if I'm saying Star's got a star on offense, Star's got a star on defense. Pons has to make it so that one of those receivers has a 0 day, and that all you have to worry about is stopping the Irish run game and not allowing them to get out to an early lead. If you can combine that and talk about how Brandon talked about how they run the offensive game, limiting time of possession for the ND offense, that's how you win this game. You got to completely take away the passing game.
So a question, since you just rewatched it, did when Northern Illinois packed 7-8 in the box, were they playing man or zone?
They switched a little bit in and around, but for the most part, it was man because they weren't threatened. And then
that's my worry. That's my worry is we'll play cover 2.
Yep.
And allow them to underneath us.
That's what they would do, is they would switch when they were expecting those underneath routes. They would switch to cover 2, and the cover 2 really takes away a lot of those mesh concepts because you're never really exposed when those cross. And then when they find if they realize that it's zone, then they have to find that spot in the zone and slow down and be on the same page. So it really changes a lot of those route concepts and limits what they were able to do internally, or not internally, but insides against the zones.
Yeah.
Linnell Carr goes in coverage, I may run onto the field.
He's gonna do it at least once. But so like that just goes exactly like what you were saying. Like that was a perfect transition had I been able to get in there. But you guys had a great discussion, and Seth sounded super smart. So I'm gonna pull one out. Who are the players you see on the field a lot when it's going to be run, right? TJJ is on the bench. They bring out Elijah Hardy or Isaiah Jones, teaming him up with Amari Farrell. I think those 3 players, 2.5. I think Elijah Hardy's been the one that's been playing the most on the rundowns. I think it goes, you guys have been talking about it, flirting with it this entire time, right? What do? They go to the play action, the play action. How's the play action set up? You can't run the ball. Your play action ain't going to work. What's that matter, right? You know what I mean? Shut the run down. Just shut the run. Make him throw. Make him throw the ball. And it goes to everybody we're talking about. Walker keeps him from running. These 2 guys and Farrell and Fisher. We didn't even talk about our best player on defense, probably, or second best player, most important player in Aiden Fisher. Those are your run stuffers right there. And I think Amari Farrell, I've already had a little daydream about it. I think he has a huge game on Friday. I really do.
I'm interested.
Super important.
Bragg, I got a question for you because I don't think Notre Dame throws the ball very much. Even if they're not getting anything, they're going to set up the run to set up the run. How does Kamara make an impact? If he can't pressure the quarterback, how does Kamara make an impact in this game?
He's done it before with run first teams, right? I mean, he was making an impact against Michigan. They couldn't run the ball at all. And there were a couple times, I think he forced a fumble once. He's going to set the edge, man. That's the most important thing from the defensive end, right? If you can't make the pass, you can't get to the quarterback. Now he's got to be disciplined there, especially on a read option. And I fiddled around today with Mel Kiper's top rankings or whatever. And Mel Kiper is who he is. He's a crazy person, but he's in there. He's a top 10 defensive player for Mel Kiper. He's there, and he's got to show it. He's got to be there, and he's got to have discipline.
And that's the thing. I don't think
he's been incredible all year. No,
because what they're going to do is they're going to do some kind of boot, or they're going to do some kind of quarterback draw, or they're going to do something where if he over pursues, or if he gets himself out of position, that's probably a 20, 30, 40-yard gain. So I think he has to play composed and do exactly what you said. Set the edge and play discipline, which I have the utmost confidence in the All-American, third-team All-American announced today, Mikel Kamara. So I don't think he's going to light up the stat sheet, but there's going to be a handful of plays where he can make the wrong read or he can make the right read, and it very well could define the game.
Should anybody be worried, myself included, that Notre Dame flips the script? Do they have the players to do that? Can Riley Leonard throw the football?
No.
Did he do it at Duke?
No.
It's hard for me to believe that he didn't do it at Duke.
But he also had an injury, I thought, at Duke that
Shoulder
maybe
injury.
limited. Yeah.
Was it a shoulder? Okay.
I think so.
That's the biggest.
They didn't want him running. They did not want him running. They wanted him to throw the ball.
We have very obvious run packages on defense, and they are a major advantage for an offense to throw against Elijah Hardy, Isaiah Jones, instead of Terry Jones Jr. That dude's been great in coverage all season.
Is Jeremiah Love
not so much
the best running back we played all year?
Mullings.
The Ohio State guys are
both
pretty
the
good.
Ohio State
Judkins.
guys. The cover athlete, Donovan Edwards. You've got the dude at Washington.
Maybe.
Hey, I don't know. I haven't watched him
answer that. So this is again.
You can't tell me that he's
I have an
that
agenda.
much better than Mullings, right?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone is making this out to be the Notre Dame offensive line. They're making out to be how good Love is. He might be the best, but he ain't best by a country mile, right? We've seen offensive lines that have graded out better. We are as prepared for this game as we could be, right? You know what would really scare me? A top flight quarterback. You know what would scare me? A top flight wide receiver. You know what would scare me? A top flight tight end. Love is a top flight running back, 100%. But we've seen top flight running backs. We've seen road grading offenses. That gives me more confidence that we've prepared for this game before. We've played this game before. We've had success in this type of game before.
Yeah, but it's Notre Dame, right? Notre Dame, man. It's Notre Dame. It's not Michigan. Ohio State lost to Michigan, so they're not even any good, right? Like, it is what it is, man. It goes back to their whatever we made and viral and all that other stuff. But are we good?
Good. I mean, I could talk about this all day, but I think we need to move on.
All right. We'll be right back. We're going to take a break. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. Okay, we're back. It's time for Brando's Randos. Then we're going to drop Seth's sack, and then we're going to do predictions, and then we're going to get out of here, I think. So, Brando, hit us.
So right now, as we're recording this on Monday night of game week, I've seen every different kind of weather forecast. I've seen it's going to be cold. I've seen there's going to be wind. I've said there's no wind and there's going to be lake effect. I've said there's not going to be lake effect. There's just going to be flurries. What is the best weather scenario for us and the worst weather scenario for us?
Super windy is the worst scenario, I would think, because that just eliminates half of our offense, if not more. I don't know. We saw what we did in the snow. We put up 66 in the snow and the cold. I don't think we're afraid of it. I don't know. That's a hard question. I mean, the best case scenario, 70 and sunny, no wind.
So, Austin.
Seth, are you on mute? No? Are you trying to talk?
No, I was just waiting my turn. Yeah, I think worst case scenario is wind. I think that is absolute worst case. And then I also think that, 70 and sunny is worst case scenario as well. So I think a little bit of a mix is good for you guys. I'm looking at right now, what is it? 30 degrees and about a 50% chance of snow. I mean, that's the kind of chaos that leads to kind of a magical evening. So give me that. That's what I want.
There we go. All right. So it is Christmas season. So in the spirit of the holiday season, what are you asking this holiday season from IU in this game? Seth, what are you asking? What's on your wish list
from IU?
Yes.
For
this game, specifically for this game.
Okay,
like if you could get one thing that impacts Indiana's chance to win, what is that one thing?
It's win the turnover margin. It's have a sudden change, have a field flip. I've made so many jokes about the Colts from yesterday. They literally were about to go up 20-7. They had that game in Denver completely locked down. Bo Nix couldn't do diddly squat. JT was gashing holes on the offense. They had it all figured out. And that 1 inch dumb play completely pivoted the game. And I think it was less than 5 minutes later, I texted you and said ball game. And it was, I don't even think they took the lead at that point. It was just, I think they got to 13-10 and I was like, that's the end. It's over. And that's, sorry, what was the question? I was having too much fun talking about the Colts.
What's the one thing you want from IU? Like, if that what's the gift for IU in this game?
And so it was that turnover. It was that sudden change. It was that defeated mindset that you could see in the defense that eventually just gave in at the end. So winning the turnover battle, having those sudden change, having a field shift where all of a sudden you're at the plus 20-yard line, that's the kind of cheap points that go a long way in a game like this.
Okay, second question for you, then Bragg will let you answer. How does IU get a turnover? Because Notre Dame does not turn the ball over. How? Is it Love doesn't fumble, Leonard doesn't fumble, they don't throw enough thrown into, like, is this special teams block? Is this wide receiver Peanut Tillman the ball? Like, how is IU getting that splash play?
He asked you the question.
Is he frozen?
Me? I thought you were asking Michael.
No, he said
no. How is IU getting that splash play?
Yeah, I mean, I think the best case scenario is a punt return. I mean, I think those are the biggest ones that are just absolute backbreakers. A blocked punt is, again, another great opportunity. IU hasn't blocked a ton of punts, hasn't really come that close once or twice, maybe. So I wouldn't put that. I haven't seen a lot of Notre Dame punting. They haven't had too much this year. So I don't know if there's some tell that they have that they can exploit. But if you're forcing fourth downs and you're getting them to punt, I mean, that's a backbreaker if you can flip a field on a great punt return.
Yep.
I do think that they've given up like 2 or 3
line
blocks
or something like that. So.
Well, they'd have to throw the ball.
That is true. Bragg, what is your gift for IU this holiday season in this game?
I mean, I was gonna say a special teams touchdown, but that was just kind of ruined. I mean, that's got to be it. I mean, winning the turnover battle and a special teams touchdown is that's it, man. That's the formula. That's the formula to beat anybody in the country. But I'll just take a special teams touchdown or a defensive touchdown. Notre Dame, by the way, has allowed 3 blocked kicks.
Wow.
So that's a lot.
We haven't talked about it yet. They haven't kicked the field goal in 3 weeks. They don't have a kicker. I don't know, viral is probably not the right word, but the kicker who will start on Friday missed every kick in front of media. Now, allegedly, he made some not in front of media. He even double doinked one to bring up a Bears reference. That was the one that I saw. It bounced back off both of them. Their kicking is a real issue. So, again, I mean, if we can get them to fourth down, I bet we see some 4th and 3s, 4th and 4s, 4th and 5s where they go for it. Because they don't really have a chance or a choice, rather. All right. Last Brando's Randos. I am not a cold weather person. I am a 70-degree weather person. What should my drink of choice be on Friday to get me that coat that I need to survive?
There's only one answer. Unless you're one of those alcoholic hot coffee guys, and it's Fireball.
I don't like coffee.
It's
beer
Fireball.
Beer and Fireball. Yes. and like actually dressing.
That's also what you and I do.
Yes, that is true. Do not skimp. Like if I come up there, if I decide, Thursday night, Friday morning, I'm coming. I'm gonna be looking like the kid from the Christmas Story because I underdressed slightly for the Purdue game. Not a lot, but I did underdress. I would have had another pair of pants on or something, or another like thicker socks. Do not skimp.
So Sasha bought a heat jacket for both of us.
That's okay. Smart.
I got boots with the fur on the inside. We got
Still
enough.
Go 2 pairs of socks, dude. Go 2 pairs of socks.
We got enough of the hand warmers that I'm gonna put all in my pants.
I got the neck,
all in my pants.
I got that neck shield, the Carhartt, like you're going to outer
over
space, goes over
like a racing thing,
like a little gator thing almost.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah. But like what race car. Like what race car people wear, the thing that goes over the top of their head, like all you can see is like the outline of their face.
Yeah, I don't have that yet.
I got the Carhartt brand at Dick's. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
it was worth
this one like
penny.
Goes over my nose. The only thing you can see are my eyeballs. If I put it up, like it's nice, dude.
Yeah, it has like an up and down. Like it's literally like it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
All right, it's all I got.
All right. My sack. I got 2 things for you, and they have the same question in reverse. I'll make you be nice first. Who is your favorite? I'll go first, but who is your favorite Notre Dame football player? Mine's Jeff Samardzija. You got to say something nice about him.
The Shark.
He's the best, man. It's Jerome Bettis.
Okay, there you go. That's fine.
Jerome Bettis.
Man, I don't know. Hunter Smith.
Oh, what?
Hunter Smith.
I'll Also, one of my favorite is the third overall pick in 1938 to the Pittsburgh Steelers was William Shakespeare from Notre Dame.
Of course.
And then least favorite right now, my least favorite Notre Dame player is Harrison Smith. Not because he's especially great, but like he always seems to screw over the Bears twice a year, every year. So that's just recency bias there.
The bus. That's my least favorite Notre Dame.
Sorry, what I unhooked. I had a technical difficulty.
Oh,
least favorite
Notre
Dame player.
Give me a second, because I forget.
Okay.
It's a quarterback, but I kind of forget his name.
Brady Quinn.
Oh,
Yes.
Brady Quinn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's say
Yes.
Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh, no, it was Brady
Oh, I
Quinn.
loved Deshaun Kaiser. He was nice.
Yeah, Brady was Slamarge's quarterback. Don't. All right, fine.
Shark, man. The shark.
All right.
Okay. Oh God, here we go. Predictions. Seth.
You want me to get out of the way first? Am I gonna do this?
Yeah.
All right. I have Notre Dame 28, IU 17.
I knew that was coming. Okay.
And any reason why? Any context to that, or have you already said your piece?
I've thought about it two different ways. I think that there's one version that IU is super competitive and just kind of doesn't have enough gas to get over the hump down the stretch. And then the other version I've thought about is that Notre Dame gets out to a 28-3 lead and kind of just sits on it, and IU scores a couple late touchdowns. So when the line came out -8.5, I put an immediate knee-jerk bet out there. I am not as confident as I was then, but I've watched too much lately to become Notre Dame. But I'll stick with that. I'll say Notre Dame 28, IU 17, and hope I am wrong.
Yeah. For me, I think this is going to be an incredible game. I think this is a game that you'll be seeing on, replayed on the Big Ten Network. You'll see played. Is ESPN Classic still a channel?
I think so.
I don't know where it's
ESPN
at.
Plus. Just call it ESPN Plus.
But I think this game is going to be won by who makes the least mistakes. We've talked about turnover margin. I'm a little worried about our offensive line. In Bob we trust. I get it. They're going to get sacks. James Evans, I hope we don't see a lot of them, but I think we are. But I also think we're going to see some explosive plays. It wouldn't shock me if Indiana and Notre Dame both got defensive touchdowns. I think Indiana is going to have the ball with a chance to go win the game. And I think this game ends on a sack or a 4th and long. I think Notre Dame wins 27-23. I think IU covers. I think this is a fantastic game. I think we're on here recording if this went right or that went right. I do think this game is going to come down to less than a handful of plays. And I just wish we've had some guys that have been there before and done it, not named our coaching staff. And the experience just isn't there. And in games like this, experience means everything. It's why I'm picking Ohio State over Tennessee. I have to at least be consistent in game to game and put my bias down. I think IU plays an incredible game, but I do think the miracle ends in South Bend. That is an Indiana cover and an under, which everything I've read, I read a lot of sharps. That seems to be the most popular play is the under and Indiana to cover. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong so freaking bad. I just keep thinking of ways Indiana wins and ways Notre Dame wins, and the ways Notre Dame wins comes up more often when I run it through my head.
You kind of triggered an argument in my head when you were talking. What have they done? What experiences do these players have? What national championship playoff experiences do these players have on this team? What
Riley Leonard has played in more big games.
What's he played in? I don't care. He hasn't played in a playoff game before. Where's Jeremiah Love's playoff game experience? Where are all these other people? Where's their coach's playoff game experience, right? He was only been there for 2 years now, right? Where's
As a
his
head coach. Sure.
Yeah. There's that's not a thing. I'm done with that. I'm done with the atmosphere. Look at the ticket prices. There's no reason why we don't go up there and buy all those tickets. Right? There's kids pushing for, there's a dude on Instagram, TikTok, everything. He's pushing for 1,000 students to go up there. 1,000. And it's happening.
Who's your bet? It's an awesome follow.
Yes.
Everyone should follow Who's Your Bet.
This is not your dad's Notre Dame, dude. I'm sorry, it's not. That being said, it's going to be an incredible game. I really do. I don't see how it's not going to be. We haven't played on non-special teams like shit against anybody. The best team we've played was a true road game at Ohio State, and the punter lost it for us. Yeah. I'm not going to say he got liquored up. Don't make those eyes at me. He lost it for us. Let's be honest. We love the kid, but he lost it for us. He doesn't drop that snap. We go to halftime 7-7. He doesn't kicks it the way it's supposed to go. Who knows what happens? It's IU wins the game 27-24 is what I'm going to say. It's a last-second kick from a non-experienced kicker who's been incredible all season, outside of one time where there's a bad snap in the snow. Like, I think that we have all season, me included, underestimated this team, this coaching staff. We've thought from week to week, oh man, can Maryland get us this week? How are we going to get past Nebraska? How are we going to get past Washington with a backup quarterback? How are we going to do this? And we've done it over and over and over and over again. So I don't understand. First, I get the national stuff. I get it. Internally, people from the Big Ten, people that have watched this team, I do not understand why you don't think that we don't have a chance. I understand what you're saying.
I think we have a chance.
I
think we have a chance. But again, what I said was going to be my final statement, and I just don't have patience. IU can win this game a couple different ways, right? I just think there's more paths to wins the way Notre Dame has more path to win than Indiana. But if these teams played 10 times, I think Notre Dame wins 6 and IU wins 4. I do think it's that close.
Explain to me, if IU, number one rushing defense in the country, if they shut down that rushing offense, which they did to Ohio State, they did to Michigan, they did to Nebraska, they did to Washington, they did to every team we played all season. If they shut that down, how do they score points? Are they going to throw the ball with a dude that's got a smidge over 2,000 yards throwing and 15 touchdowns? That's how they're going to have to beat us. If they beat us, they beat us by throwing the ball. Good for them. You know what? They got us, right? But again, it's another top 25 passing defense. We're not bad. We're very good. We've proven it all season, even against Ohio State, where 14 of the 38, how many points did they score? 38, whatever.
Yeah, 38.
14 of the 38 points were given up special teams.
Which is why I chose 27, because I do think Notre Dame does have an offense that profiles very similar to Ohio State,
but without the receivers and the quarterback. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think Riley Leonard and Will Howard are a push.
Throw the ball. Throw it, Riley.
Seth, who would you take, Riley Leonard or Will Howard?
If I wanted to win a big game, Riley Leonard. If I wanted to build a franchise for an NFL team, Will Howard.
I'd go the other way. And give me in one game, I'd want Will Howard. But
I think so too. I don't think Riley Leonard's an NFL quarterback either. But
he's not.
Well, I mean, we didn't think Bo Nix was going to be much of an NFL quarterback.
This is true.
This
is true.
Been very good, except for yesterday. But yeah, dude, I think that I'm done reading the national stuff. I'm done reading everybody saying that Notre Dame should coast or Notre Dame's going to win, and I'm tired of their whatever their bubble that they live in up there, that they don't even pay attention to IU football at all. Bro, you guys haven't played any good offenses, and whenever you did, you gave up a bunch of points. So,
all right, last question for you. Last question for you. What offense is better, USC or Indiana?
Indiana.
USC just put up 35 points.
Exactly. I thought you were going to come back at me and say that. I was going
to
no. Two scoring offense.
I'm just talking like ways IU wins the game.
Whose defense is better, Northern Illinois or IU?
What?
Which
it's IU. It's not even close.
I just went through Notre Dame's schedule again. I think IU goes 11-1 against Notre Dame's schedule. I think the only switch is I think Texas A&M on the road the first game's tough, but I think IU wins handily the other 11.
Yeah, that's where we're at though. They're Notre Dame. We have to earn it. I've said it every year. We have to earn respect. We're going to get picked 17th. We have to earn it next season.
If you had this schedule and NBC broadcasting every game, I mean,
yeah,
you guys are a 6.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
I'm so pumped. I'm so
9
pumped.
o'clock. I was going to text you, by the way. I had it texted and I deleted it out of the group. My anxiety level this morning through the roof. I don't know what hit me on a Monday, through the roof. I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm going or if I'm hosting. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. All I know is that I could be sleeping on a couch either way, in the basement or in your mom's living room, which sounds crazy, but people don't know the plan. So that's awesome. I'm just going to keep it going. It's nuts, dude. And I'm just so excited and I'm so nervous and it's crazy. I cannot wait.
Go Hoosiers. Who would have thought the Paul Rudd meme? You and me? Who would have thought when we started this podcast 238 episodes ago that we would be doing a college football playoff preview? Bananas.
I probably thought that. That's so
Homer.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Until next time. Until we do our Sugar Bowl preview. Cheers.
Cheers.
Shot caller. Cheers.
Ready to buy a car, a home, or just want to take control of your money? Your FICO score matters, and 90% of top lenders use it to make decisions. Check your FICO score for free today without hurting your credit score. Visit myfico.com/free or download the MyFICO app today. MyFICO gives you the score lenders use most, plus credit reports and real-time alerts to help keep you on top of your credit. Visit myfico.com/free and take the mystery out of your FICO score.